remaining. Bad. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team bad. Dire team ban.
Social animals, they can't live alone. But you can live pretty well by yourself.
Remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
It's better to have real solitude all by yourself.
Fire team.
Welcome back. Game number 2 is ready and underway as we head into the draft here between Execration and Firedragon. We just watched game 1 where FDG, well, they slaughtered Execration. Absolutely slaughtered them in game 1. But through the best of 3 here, going to find themselves a way to get back into things as now everyone's vying for that one spot to go and qualify for ESL ONE Hamburg, the first major of the season. Southeast Asia looking pretty tight at the moment. We've already had a couple of big teams knocked out. As who have we had so far? Mineski and Fnatic. They played up against each other earlier. That was pretty interesting. Clutch Gamers and TNC, also interesting. You can go to joindota.com. I'm not going to spoil the results for you, but if you want to go and check the brackets, we do have a big old coverage page there. There you go and look over, but we'll focus on this game for now as the picks and bans are underway. At Trent, we get a Bat Rider.
Yeah. No Monkey King though. With that ban, makes me a little sad. I don't blame them, that's for sure. Very obnoxious, pretty crazy pick later on in the draft sometimes. Still in a relatively good spot, I think, as a hero, which is a very nice pick there, and obviously he snowballed insanely. If you ganked a Viper with 4 people like that, you probably have the same response. The thing about Monkey King that I really like is how mobile he can be. Like Viper, he can kill the tower fast, so that would be the advantage of that hero. He can really dominate that lane. But Monkey King is like someone who kills your heroes, and yeah, he can't really handle your structures, but man, he can just like show up somewhere else out of nowhere and destroy everyone in that lane. He's like a Storm Spirit that doesn't need mana for zipping. It's relatively insane. Firedragon now starting out there with a Night Stalker and a Puck. So already pretty good vision. Be playing a little bit of a vision game up against this Bat Rider and Nyx Assassin, and then Puck just generally standard good pick, but you're playing it into a Nyx Assassin, which isn't the funnest thing.
Radiant team.
Rubik. Hello.
That's interesting.
Pretty good against the Nyx Assassin. Got a disable with no damage, so through Carapace you can always lock him down and drag him back. Pretty good against
Lich. Lich, AA, Silencer all banned too. I think it's another big part, and Oracle. So
true. Yeah.
That's the biggest reason.
5 seconds
I guess it's a
remaining.
good way to disengage from Batrider if you blink lassos someone if Rubik's nearby. Telekinesis is such an amazing ability. Like right now he's got nothing
Dire
to steal.
team.
Firefly is funky and he can steal Serpent Wards potentially. I guess all of Shadow Shaman's skills are nice, but what happened to Earthshaker, dude? He's just been ignored the past couple of days. Very rarely see him anymore. Not a
10
priority anymore.
seconds remaining.
I'm trying to think there's a better 5-hero than Rubik. Seems like a bit of a
5
weird pick.
seconds
But at the same
remaining.
time, I don't know. There's really not that many 5s right now that feel viable. Like you're not gonna pick like Crystal Maiden or anything here.
Disruptor seems annoying against the Nyx Assassin.
Dire team.
Yeah, but he doesn't like react fast like the Batrider.
Yeah.
So anyway, we got ourselves into a jug that fits well with the Rubik. Decent combo in lane. So these two guys on their own can handle a lot of different offlaners. Of course, Batrider notoriously suffers against Juggernaut because he can just spin off the stacks and then he's on top of you dealing damage and
10 seconds
should open up Night Stalker's
remaining.
space for roaming around. And now we have a Visage though, and this should be the
5
mid Visage
seconds
from Execration.
remaining.
Mid Visage. Yeah, there's no other way they do this, right?
I don't
Offlane
think so.
Bat, got the Nyx and the Shadow Shaman for your supports. Like, you don't put Shadow Shaman Visage as your 4 and 5, surely. Yeah, I think you're right. So, with this, the one role hero from Execration has to be... I mean, usually I'd say it has to be like a heavy hitter, right? It has to be like an anti-mage or something that scales really nicely. But Fnatic proved that wrong earlier today when they just shoved in and managed to win a game by raw
Probably-
pushing power.
Oh, they actually didn't ban the Drow. They banned the Troll instead. Drow, Night Stalker, Puck, decent heroes getting in the back line. Plus, they still have one slot left that's pretty versatile in terms of the final hero. They could even like Spectre or something for Fire Dragoon, like just one of those anti-Drow heroes. So
5 seconds.
maybe they don't want to Drow into this. Sniper
For
seems
Execration.
actually pretty strong. Yes.
Well, they ban a Legion. That's another jump hero.
And then you'd have like a Visage safe lane though.
Yeah, we haven't seen Sniper safe lane in many, many years.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen anymore.
10
Otherwise,
seconds
I mean,
remaining.
you want to be able to kill people through lasso. You do have a bit of
5
damage from your
seconds
supports, Ether Shock,
remaining.
you have the mid Visage with Soul Assumption and stuff like that, but you'd love your one roll to be able to take part in ganks. while-
Terror Blade?
Yeah. I mean, any illusion hero potentially here, right? Fire Dragoon, Puck is
Yeah.
the only one that can clear illusions.
CK, I guess, again.
CK.
Yeah.
Honestly, even a Lycan. Hey, how about a Lycan here?
Yeah, up against the Night Stalker. Yeah. That's pretty good. And yeah, they'd have a ton of push, holy. Decent burst with the Batrider too if you use your ulti.
Extended nighttime for Howl, ton of push. Very good against Juggernaut because there'll be all these summons and Omnislash will do absolutely nothing. He's also very good
Yeah,
at
they don't
chasing
have a
the
lot of-
Jugger.
Yeah, I like the Lycan too, actually. That's a very good hero here. Good call, Gary B.
Thanks, Trent.
Yeah, got him, dude.
That's my one for the week.
Yeah. If they Lycan, I'd actually like the Beastmaster for Fire Dragoon. I mean, he's mostly just in my head because of watching the Fnatic games, but I was watching him last night as well while MSS playing him. He's generally good against the Batrider. You can capitalize on the vision you already have. You could just throw the puck in the mid lane, and then you'd have a roar, some solid lockdown for the Lycan and stuff. But
Drow Ranger.
it is the Drow, so it'll be the first option. But I do think the Drow's risky. I don't think their high ground's that good. This is scary in my eyes for Execration. I think getting up to that tier 3, they need a lot of kills.
10 seconds
So now I want to go
remaining.
late as Fire Dragoon.
5 seconds
Al?
remaining.
Alk mid? Yo. There's a lot of Aghanims. Can I get an Alchemist here?
Then you have Alk and Puck. You have infinite money.
Dude.
When Puck gets
Oh,
to 25 with
The
a...
money. Let's
yes.
go.
Just Moonshard Rubik. You just Moonshard's gonna end the game with a Rubik's gonna end the game with a Moonshard if there's an Alk and a Puck in his team, honestly.
So if it's an Alk, am I 2 for 2 on the last 2 picks?
Sure.
I mean, I did say Drow first.
Yes,
I mean,
you did.
but you swayed me. I mean, to be fair, I actually don't think the Drow's that good. I like the Lycan better. I really think they're gonna struggle to go high ground. Maybe I'm underestimating the Visage Birds, but Alchemist, do it. Be brave.
Is Puck going to be okay in the off lane, though? I think that's my real fear, is that Puck
I mean, it
against the Shadow
sucks
Shaman.
for Shadow Shaman. It's literally the worst. It's like the #1 counter, and they have Drow Silence. I don't disagree. You want to ban Monkey King first phase? Well, let me tell you a story of Broodmother versus Drow Ranger. How many games this week have I been like, oh, Broodban, they're gonna pick Drow? I said like 30 times. And the one time they don't ban Brood, they pick Drow, and oh, look who it is.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Is that going to be mid-brood mother then? Alacrity's picked it up. Yeah. So I'll do brood mid. Puck is still going off lane. Unless they switch their roles around, I guess that's a potential. If they just move their heroes into different roles.
Whoa! That Jug, what is that?
He's a beast, that's what he is. Is that
10
an
seconds
Arcana with upgraded
remaining.
stuff on it? I don't know. He's got.
Is that the, you know that set that has like the hood? Is that the set with the hood but with the Arcana on top of it? You know, is that like that white hood?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like a piece of hood. I think that's that set without the headpiece with the Arcana.
We'll have a look
Dude,
when we get in game, but I
yes.
think you might be right.
He is the definition of lit.
He really is. He's just got.
There's fire everywhere on this man. He's like Ember Spirit. Glance value, hello?
And look, he's got his little red dragon flying around him, the ghost of a serpent. That is a really sick looking Juggernaut. Who actually, there's a player that, I think it's Quake or something. Might not Pycat. Have you seen Pycat's Juggernaut set? Pycat basically has no items on his Juggernaut except for one really
Ugly mask,
one
right?
really ugly mask from like
Yeah,
2013.
yeah.
It's like a 4-year-old mask that just looks atrocious, but that's what he likes, and that's what he wears.
For battle.
So, we'll let him do what he wants. Right, Ah.Jit, let's have a look then. Let's have a looky look. So he's got the Exalted Blade Form Legacy, that's the old that's the Arcana. And then Shoulders of the Blade Form Aesthete.
I'm pretty sure that's it.
Blade of Endless Power with 4 different gems inside of it. Dude, okie dokie.
The blade of endless power.
You don't know what the Duckwood Sun's done recently.
No.
He just rubbed off on
I did
you.
have to do this stupid thing with him, his community hero project.
Ah,
Maybe
yeah. That's what's got you going.
yeah.
Oh, hello.
30
This
seconds
smoke
to battle.
pops now. They know there's someone just behind these trees somewhere, but they're not coming around. The pings come out, and it looks like Execration again, very, very afraid of Firedragon playing aggressively to the jungle. So we see exactly the same thing. Chemo moves forward. He'll be the sacrifice found
These lanes.
by everyone. Tells back into the spin. All forward. A few little clicks in will secure the kill. So they're going to get themselves 2 bounty runes and a first blood, same as the first game. And are they going to go aggro again, Trent?
They're going aggro, Jug, Rubik, roaming Night Stalker. Puck's going to be top lane up against the Visage, and it's Bat Rider versus Brood in the mid. Now, if I recall correctly, the last time I saw this matchup, the Bat Rider got handled. And I was like, this seems okay. I mean, this could go well for him, but no. I mean, the Spiders, they're pretty tanky. And you can move them away from the napalm. It's definitely not as easy as it looks. Like, your brain thinks things like, oh, okay, well, he's just going to burn up all the spiders. But, like, look, he's just spamming napalm right now, hoping he hits. He doesn't even have a sentry. All right, that courier better have a sentry. There's no sentry.
Yeah, I remember having this just when I was in Peru doing the LAN over there. There was a Broodmother against a Bat Rider matchup, and I was sitting with Ira and talking to him about it. And we both just looked at each other and we were like, how does this lane actually go? And we start thinking, well, hang on, well, Firefly is 40-second cooldown, so burning Spiderling isn't going to be efficient. Well, bot lane will come back in 2 seconds. Gabby has gone on with a spin towards Ah.Jit, a few little punches. This might be the death of Juggernaut, though, as they trade live. I think he tried to pop a salve in the end, but it's not going to work out, so 1 for 1. Juggernaut's going to have to TP back down to this lane. Things starting off in a very unusual way. But yeah, like Firefly, 40 seconds cooldown, and we kind of came to the conclusion that you have to go like max flame break. If you actually want to deal with Firelings, if you want to farm Firelings and deal with Brood, you have to max flame break. Firefly just doesn't do the job.
Man, he's running out of mana fast. I guess he's the Drow War at the very least to help out. So he can do things like deny range creeps, which are usually a pretty big problem for Batrider.
This bottom lane is an absolute mess, though. No one's farming. Jug has 2 last hits. Drow has 2 last hits. No one is able to hit the creeps. They're just trying to kill each other over and over again. Dear, dear. 2 points in the webs here for the Brood Mother. Increase the HP regen by just a little bit, and not going to go for the Spiderlings, not maxing them anyway just now. We'll want the Soul Ring to come out before you start with those, so it makes a lot of sense. The one lane we haven't really looked at, top lane, 6 and 4, 6 and 3, both trading farm, but not efficiently at all. What a weird game.
It really is. These are some of the odder lanes you guys are going to see today, I'm sure. And I know there's like a billion qualifiers going on. Still a little disappointed we didn't get an elk though, not gonna lie. Oh yeah, Arcane Rune, 48 mana voids. Let me chuck a couple of those your way.
He just stole a creep from them, you know? He's stealing these neutrals. Execration, they've been shoved away from their bottom lane. Everyone's retreating. Nowhere is safe. Trying to take this little stack to the jungle. It's gonna go over to FDG. There's another little snipe out. Adam with the void. Is anyone farming yet on this lane? 7-6, 6 and 1. Ah.Jit's at least getting a few denies in, so that's going to boost up the experience gain of this aggressive tri-lane from them. But overall, Trent, is anyone getting the upper hand, or is this just teams slogging it out in these lanes? Okay, here we go. We'll come back to that question in a second. As the Jackals, the Rubik trying to keep RR alive, and well, he'll get the kill initially, but they spin onto 2, Lumic and RR, both in trouble. Lumic will survive, and Carapace is back, a bit of damage to the Venom. Adam, claritying up, holds onto the void, cancels out the animation of it. But yeah, like, is anyone winning, or is this just that's just a mess?
I mean, I think the longer that the Radiant are behind, the game just feels awful. Because even if, let's say it's, I don't know, 12 minutes in, and the Dire are behind, what's going to happen? The Drow draft is going to start using a Blink Dagger or something on the Batrider, and then they're going to try and get some kills and stuff, and then Broodmother's getting their lane and pushing just as fast as your whole team. So it's not going to matter. They're going to try and 5-man or something. I don't see it going all too well for the Radiant in this situation. And this Batrider, by the way, he has gone for the 3-point sticky nade bomb. So that's kind of his solution. Oh.
Well, I thought something was going to happen there, but it started with like shackles and a gust, and then everyone disengages and runs away. No one feeling...
Oh, man. Look at Alacrity, too. Look, he's cleared out. He pushes the wave, and he heads up the ancient... Oh, Courier! You better run.
Yellow.
That's a bottle. That would have been bad.
Doesn't have his Blightstone just yet. Needs to pick that up very shortly as Batrider starts with a napalm. So he's not going to go for any points in Flame Break.
Kind of hilarious that neither of them brought sentries.
Well, I guess Broodmother would as a response.
Yeah, well, Brood almost always brings one mid too.
Yeah, I guess so. Don't want to put your
kind of
support under
comical.
pressure. The economy is in disarray right now, Trent. You know.
Oh yeah, I know. It's been a rough couple of years. Oh well, now that I've killed those ancients, excuse me. I'm just gonna come and kill these ones. As Dire Broodmother is just so good in the mid lane. My God. Constant pressure. Like if they're Radiant Broodmother, they're farming those ancients and stuff, but like then I don't know. It's harder to push the wave. They're further apart. These things are like right next to each other.
Yeah, we used to see Dire Broodmother just farming this medium camp, and that's how it started. It was like, oh, I'm mid. Near my tier 1, there's a medium camp. I'm going to farm this. Easy peasy. And then players started kind of realizing, like you're saying, you just shove the lane, farm both ancients, and
how about 3 ancients?
As well. Oh, you got another? Oh,
he's farming his own.
Oh, geez. Gappy died bottom lane. He was left alone. 2 supports now looking for Adam, but he is a tanky Night Stalker. during the night time. He's going to turn around on you here. He's going to try and battle you. Rasta slowed by the void. There is no silence though, just the hunter in the night. Oh, Yang looking for the lift, and he gets it as well with the fade bolt. He's silenced. He won't get the damage in. Ah.Jit trying to find the final swipe onto our arm, and the back line to the last roll comes through. Yang gets the kill, but Adam can get his life taken away by the Radiant. With the healing ward here, Ah.Jit should be able to survive for long enough to get away, and then in the meantime, miss out on the kill up at top, as I think this is going to stop. I guess the Shrine will be just fine, as Reggie Potato, very low HP. Looks like the Puck maybe tried to play with a Dream Coil, yeah, but the birds, the familiars, way too strong with a Blightstone for Reggie Potato.
That should help.
Oh, Shaman, why? That's so greedy. Why did you come back with 0 HP anywhere near a Rubik? Firedragon tried to come down and help. He gets the regen rune, so he'll be able to fire himself back up after this. But Broodmother, once again, farmed the wave mid, farmed your ancients. Now she's farming her ancients, and oh, she's almost at 4k gold because those last hits, well, they're ancients last hits.
4,000 net worth. Dear me. What's that Deso now? 700 gold away? It's not too bad. Not too bad. It's going to be the Matuma Man builds, right? Deso, Mom, BKB. It's going to be a real threat as this game gets on, especially. I asked you that question earlier on about how these lanes are trading and who you think is kind of coming out on top, winning or losing, breaking even. And Drow Ranger is level 4, 8 minutes in. Level 4, you've only got 2 points in the aura, nowhere near the ulti, nowhere near a Treads or a Dragonlance or anything, so you're not putting pressure onto these towers as much as you would like. It honestly feels like Reggie Potato in this game is going to be the key hero to look out for. And Visage has to do a lot of heavy lifting and a lot of
him and the Bat. A lot of pressure on Batrider. I don't think he can go drums this game. He has to go blink first. Has to find some kills. I have to track down this. They got to pop that Broodmother Pinata like 4 times. Get a bunch of gold out of it. Pressure into some towers. Find roast for themselves. It is possible for the Radiant draft for sure. Especially once we start getting the marksmanship. Damage goes up a little bit more. Level 6 on Lumix is going to be very important to the Nyx and level 6 on the Shadow Shaman is going to be very crucial as well to their pushes. But James in the mid lane, he has the Firefly up as they start off. Silence is not there yet. He's only level 3 in the Night Stalker.
He's maybe going to kill Adam here. Does find it. Alacrity actually runs away and doesn't want to secure the trade onto the bat as Ah.Jit bottom lane as that's happening mid. They go for a battle. For nothing down here.
Wow, he didn't even Omni. It's only spin. I assumed that was gonna be like the Omni kill, you know?
Yeah. The Dream Call from Puck helping get that spin in. And where does Drow Ranger go? Top lane. Push tier 1 team. Let's do something. Let's make some action happen. Come on. Come on, we can do this. Get me my level 6. Let's go and make a push. But now your Brood has death, so tier 1 mid, likely to fall soon. Tier 1 bottom lane, shoved by Ah.Jit and Death's Armor, which means
doesn't even have...
No, actually.
How do you farm Deso so fast that not a single component comes to you? Like this guy's been sitting mid with Poor Man's Shield and Soul Ring.
I mean, he had, what do you have? He had the first
This Batrider's in for a rude awakening.
When you said, straight up, literally, 3 moves from the game. And now this tier 1 mid going to be under pressure. Deso with a bunch of spiderlings going out. They do get the tier 1 top for the Drow Ranger now, though, heading into level 6, but farming very aggressive in the top lane. I guess they've seen that multiple heroes have shown. Pucker bottom lane eyeing up Nyx Assassin. Yang hiding about in the shadows as well. But tier 1 falls middle lane, and now this entire area, this entire box here, all belongs to the Broodmother. This is Broodmother's. Everything. It's the Dire team. It's owned by them.
You gotta add this on. Forget. That's the roast pit. Oh, yeah, gotta make sure that's there. Dude, he was waiting so long back there on Yang for them to find that opportunity on the Nyx Assassin. But he will pay for it. The Batrider quickly coming in with that blink dagger. So grabs his first blink kill, and he still has the lasso. So that is a pretty big deal for the Batrider, actually. And now he needs to find Broodmother. They need to smoke, they need dust, and they just hunt Brood. I don't think there's any question about the current plan. The smoke's already on the Shadow Shaman. Visage is going to point this or push this out, and they might even get spotted because they're probably going to end up smoking around this dire observer ward.
Oh yeah, very nice. I was just watching the Broodmother farm an ancient camp. It was Prowlers, of course, and with what, like 20 Spiderlings or something, you move up, you attack the Prowlers, and the big one manages to root the actual Broodmother. It's like, hello, you are a hero. I'm going to target you.
It smoked in here, so it wasn't actually seen.
Broodmother's going to pop
no,
it.
hey, look, exactly what we figured.
Yeah, they have
There's us.
There's the blink. Okay, last one is there. Broodmother found. Still nicely done. There's the pickoff.
So needed.
Dragon have no response.
Drow's not here though, so it's a little bit slower, but the birds are here.
Dire structures are fortified.
Tower pressure begins. Also, they just fortified when the birds had already lost all their damage, so could refresh it if he wants. Saving the stun. And they have the precision aura being applied to them currently.
28 bonus damage. Drow Ranger got level 6. Oh, it's 12 minutes in and Drow is level 6. How are we looking like overall level wise? I mean, Shadow Shaman's 4.
Yeah.
So is the
Nyx
Night
is 6
Stalker.
though, which is pretty good.
And then you've got what, Brood at the top, Puck at 10, Juggernaut does have a bit of catching up to do, but he was in that aggro tri-lane, so kind of expected him to be where he's at.
We're just double the level of Drow. It's actually crazy. Okay, so the fact that Brood got that Deso is mega bad still, because her split push is going to be extremely fast. So once again, they need the lasso. They need to pick off. By the time Brood's actually backing in the lane, it's only 30 more seconds until the lasso is off cooldown. So James, they have to just do it again. Don't really have a choice. You have to smoke and lasso, and there's already another smoke on the Shadow Shaman. He would love to be there for the experience. Nyx Assassin could just try and scout out the Broodmother himself too.
Great
And
scan.
they probably need defensive sentries. Oh, that is a nice scan. But yeah, I would like to see some Ob sentries combo somewhere around the mid lane for the Dire to try and spot out where Nyx is, because he should be looking for Brood.
Yeah, more of this. More of this. Nyx goes invis. Vendetta's forward. He is holding on to some dust here. So if the Broodmother shows.
Oh, look, she just saw Nyx with that combo though. I didn't even notice that was there. That's exactly what they need. This is like the perfect kind of stuff to spot Nyx.
And that will bring an end to the 5-man rotation to middle lane. They'll secure themselves some farm on Gabby and James in the jungle. This is all seen. They know that Visage relatively alone, offset from the rest of the team by 2,000 range or something. So the cat or the turnaround maybe wouldn't be there. Actually, what's Visage? Yeah, okay. I was wondering there, Visage had a Gloves of Haste, but I didn't see the Hand of Midas, and then had already started flying into the hood. But yeah, it's just the Courier's dead, right? That's why the Courier is dead. The Midas recipe is on it, and that's why the Visage is a little bit sad right now.
Either.
I didn't know either.
How did the Courier die, I wonder?
It's in the middle of a lot of brood webs, so I'm assuming Spiderlings about it, but I honestly don't know. I didn't. It happened before.
Somewhere in here.
Scan, yeah. Happened a while back actually. Here's a dire smoke coming in though. After 6 Dream Coil jumping in onto Rasta. Find that one. Sounds not about right up and blink away. Will secure his safety. And Lumik waiting the back here with a nice little Vendetta hit and a stun. There's an Omni Slash ready from Juggernaut, but he's not going to throw into the mix just yet. He has come on in with a lasso and a Firefly. James will be the kid. Gabby has no damage though, so killing our Jit is close to impossible. Adam, don't stand in the fire, my dude. That is not the best. Burns through the backline of Firefly. Ah.Jit being crystal marked. Amelia's burning through his HP as James runs forward and Shackleton on the puck. Now the
Omni Slash.
Omni Slash. You get the one kill and trying to escape, but the physical right click from Execration seems to be good enough. The dust still applied to the Broodmother. Needs to be able to get another web down to get away from this, but no, hexed up, unbound. And taken low, but there's no more reveal. They don't finish the Broodmother off.
Fresh out here. Tries to long bomb the flame break, but I can't get it. Now the birds are coming through though, and they see the shrine is up and they're like, that's suspicious. But is it Roche time yet? Just gonna fly on past. Eye up there, precious. I'm impressed. They're getting it done. for the Radiant they're holding, considering how farmed this Broodmother was, you gotta be relatively happy with what you've done so far, I would think. Probably going a little bit better if he didn't lose his Midas on the Visage, but the Dire are going to be the ones who take the actually don't have any detection. How long has this Vendetta? It's a while. Alright, Adam completes the sentry. No, they go for stun early. They don't want to risk it.
Broodmother's still alive. They grab the... Oh, now he dies. Electric falls. They actually drag back Juggernaut. Ah.Jit spins to win, but they find the mana burn on the puck with a nice little bit of a hit there. They turn it around. Serpent towards into the pit. Means that... Oh, God. Ah.Jit's dead. With a Drought Aura, with a sticky napalm and a few hits in, the bat destroys it.
This is very impressive stuff. They're going to try and steal the Roche kill with the Violence. Oh, we could actually try and go on the Visage, but no. Means there's no Aegis deny, there's no Roche steal. And a lot of money goes to the next assassin. Radiant are owning! Very impressive stuff. Yeah, it's hard enough to execute Drow drafts, honestly, but it's even harder up against Broodmother, where there's this insane pressure to kill her and deal with her. I wonder if it's time for her to try and focus another lane. Like, should she just be like, have grabbed top by now? Just get a little bit of extra gold into her team? Or is that going to open up too many options for Radiant?
That really is the struggle, right? Do you want to try and finish tier 2 mid? Because that's usually what we see Brits do, is they go tier 1, tier 2, and they open up the entire like spine of the map. They just, you know, rip it all open and say, right, both sides of the jungle we have access to. We're going to be fine just moving our way through and looking for smoke maneuvers. But I think you might be right, just the gold influx here to try and get the Juggernaut into his first item, to try and get, you know, the puck into the Yule Scepter, finish off the BKB on Brood, finish off tier 1 top would be a nice little pick, but in comes the bat, links the dusted here. Break sends him flying a little bit, but Bat Rider might be in trouble with the Broodmother now in the shackles. Teleports up, and it didn't drag, but Broodmother's still bound. James doesn't even die. Oh, nice arcane rune here. They could maybe look to chase more. Raking things. Well, he's already in. He's chasing Adam. A double kill for the Visages. He is unstoppable. These core Visage, honestly, 6-0 and 2. Raging Potato running away with this game.
It feels like they're playing this Broodmother as if they're ahead, but they're not really ahead anymore at this point. You know, like, you try to control up mid to stop this exact same thing from happening. You stop smokes from coming through and stuff, but you're not tanky enough to handle that with this build on the Broodmother. You don't have a chance to right-click.
You don't really have the support to save you. In daytime especially, you really are lacking. And the Juggernaut severely feels underfarmed. Lots of little items. Manta like she's got a lot of money saved up in the bank for that ultimate orb. Once the Manta comes up, you'll be able to jump away from Gust and all of that. Definitely needs a level 2 Omnislash to feel a part of this game. Broodmother just keeps throwing down webs mid. It's like it's gonna be her home for all the foreseeable future. Bottom lane, Execration, Gabby. What does he have actually on Drow range? Dragon Lance, Shadow Blade is like halfway done, over halfway done. This is like a normal Drow now. From 0 to hero in like 7 or 8 minutes.
I'd prefer she went the Hurricane Pike first over the Shadow Blade. And I think Gabby's probably still deciding based off of what happens the next little bit. If they close out these next 2 towers, I don't see why you'd bother getting the Shadow Blade. I think the Dragon Lance and well, the Hurricane Pike's gonna be more important.
Get that maneuverability going.
Yeah.
Run away from the Broodmother or the Juggernaut chasing you down.
And with the high ground being rather difficult, I still think for the Radiant, it kind of comes out of Bat Rider, right? Like he needs some big pick off or something. So if you can have another Force Staff to help enable him, it's a pretty big deal.
Looking at Ags on Visage soon as well. Aegis has gone in 1 minute and 43. It's going to have secured them pretty much all of the outer towers. Only the tier 2 top will be left standing. Oopsie. But, you know, you can expect after tier 2 full spots, they'll just TP up the top, right? Defend their tier 1, gather around this shrine high ground, but Firedragon, they are prepping for this. Adam, Yang, and Death Sama all near the shrine, waiting for the TPs to come in. And this is this kind of mind game where I've thought that A leads to B, and then B leads to C, but Execration, they skip the A to B bit, go straight to C, they go to the high ground, they say screw it. Because pressure out tier 1, we're going to go and pressure your high ground, reaching the ramp. The familiars landing now, they'll get their damage.
Oh, there's the grab.
Drags the back, right back a little bit, the force snap comes in, and it again. Fire back, got 30 seconds.
Oh, the silence! Get the puck!
The Aegis on the as well. The buyback, the puck comes in. Execration, they are destroying this tower. The Glyph is forced. Firedragon, the Broodmother can't really do anything. Not the best high ground defensive tool in her arsenal. And Ah.Jit has to clear through this creep wave as quickly as possible. The burn, they return. Tower drops. Execration, they can go back to shrines.
They're here so early. I mean, this is the worst level when you're puck. Nothing feels worse than being level 12 because you feel strong and like you can kill people, but you have level 1 phase shift. So he tries to go for that orb play to get out of there, and before he can actually go for the orb, he goes for the phase shift play first, and then he gets gusted because it only lasts like a millisecond basically at that point in the game. Oh, that's so impressive so far right now from Execration.
Really nicely done.
And the pressure on James for that grab is just so immense. I really think this game is just extremely difficult.
The Broodmother's become a non-factor. BKB. It's coming, but I don't know how much that's going to do. I've seen Broodmothers have really serious, peaks and troughs with the items you get. Broodmother definitely in a very, very deep chasm right now. Able to farm, able to split push, but still very susceptible to getting caught out. And you look at his scouting from the next assassin. He sees the puck. Nice walker. They have dust. They've the Glasso in. They've got the damage to do the kill onto puck. Taken down. 2. Why the hell not? Buy one, get one free. Or in Saudi stage, as they say, buy one, free one. Probably one of my favorite phrases of all time.
That's pretty good. Makes sense.
It's so efficient, right?
Just cut out the get one.
So
it's obvious at that point.
Buy one, free one. Easy peasy. I love it. Raging Potato, he's mid lane, under no pressure at all. It's very, very tanky on the old Visage pipe. Solar Crest Midas moving into the Ags, only 600 or so, 550 until the Blade of Alacrity arrives. And this tier 2 up top lane, likely just to be forfeit here as Firedragon, they try and make something happen on the other side of the map. Desperately scrambling to find some farm as far away from this Execration team as possible. So they have a gem, James has a gem, on top of the Yule Scepter, on top of the Blink on Nyx. There are just so many big initiation items that screw over Firedragon, held by Execration, that it feels impossible to make anything happen here. You've got this Visage and Batrider. They're pretty much open and exposed mid, but you don't have anything to exploit it just yet. We'll move forward towards the Roshan pit. Big man, another minute until we find out when he returns.
Man, look at that net worth graph.
Oh, hello, Broodmother. Spotted, paused, and dead. Immediately blown up. The punch
BKB.
as well. I mean, what do you even do against this at this point? Ah.Jit, Adam sprinting away, trying to make some distance between them, but with the Yule Scepter there, the Blinks forward, they'll catch them. Not even required for the million, holding them for the damage. Raging Potato, well, this is very similar to what we saw from Excalibur earlier today. Beyond godlike, unkillable, 10, 0, and 3. Manhandling Firedragon in game number 2.
Damn, dude. He's owning this Batrider. He's the one who's Cartman, James, you want to call him. He's the player. He's the one kind of doing everything, honestly. I feel like this whole game just comes down to this bat play. And he had to go into a really shitty lane against a Broodmother. He didn't really have any impact on the lane in terms of it's not a Broodmother counter. He didn't farm Spiderlinks. He didn't really get any gold benefit from that at all. He just had to make a rotation, which went very well up top to kill the puck. And then he just kind of kept kept his tower alive, I guess, for a decent amount of time. But it's been his grabs. The high ground grab was huge. He's killed the Broodmother, what, 4 times now or something? Every single time it's him. And that last one, while she's a BKB, so you have to be instantaneous, like no chance for her to get off the BKB, or she lives there 100%. Well, but they're here high ground again. They're smoked up, and oh hey, James.
He's picked, gives the kill to Raging Potato, drags the target into the waiting arm for the misses. And they're going to lose potentially 2 lanes of racks here.
Yeah, they still have the snakes ready to go.
The way it looks right now, 7 down, tier 3. Very, very simple falling. Firedragon trying to get into that. Adam immediately taken out. Alacrity BKB and runs forward, but this is not how the fight begins. It's a good Dream 12, a good couple of chains, good spells. The only flash back into a million. He's summoned up and they're going to stop to go again for the damage in onto Ah.Jit and Alacrity. They buy back when it's over. GG is called by Adam to take it down. We're going to go to game 3 between these teams. This one though, even after kind of wonky late stage, but the ground range just seems like it's going to get up and running, and that momentum will never be picked up. The back, misses, brought it all together, and Firedragon just had no answer.
Yeah.